You good?
Cancer, rickets, acne, depression. Sounds pretty bad, right? Well, there's one easy thing you can do to prevent, or at least hopefully prevent all those things from afflicting you or someone you know. And that is, get a little sunlight in your life. I'm here today to talk to you about the benefits of naturally occurring sunlight and why all of you should take time to be exposed a little bit. Don't worry, I know you're all thinking about maybe an informative speech we had in this very class talking about sun protection. I'll get there. I want to say that this is relevant to everyone. We all spend a lot of our day in class, at home. Come on, I watch TV all the time, that's inside. I do homework, again, inside. I talk to my wife, inside. So many of our activities are indoor activities. I'm hoping to convince you all that maybe you should take some time to do something outdoor, even if it's just taking a walk. So I've spent a lot of time researching this, and it's something I'm pretty passionate about. I like the outdoors, I like getting outside. So I hope I can convince you all this is all a good thing. Now, here's some important points I'm going to hit on. Vitamin D, serotonin, some other benefits, the precautions you should take, right? I said I was going to get to those opposing arguments, and what you can do to increase your sun exposure without disrupting your schedule too much, being a hassle for you. So hopefully at the end of this, you'll know why moderate amounts of sunlight each day has numerous health benefits that apply to you and your family. We're going to start with vitamin D. That's actually a really important vitamin for your body, and you cannot produce it naturally. Your body only produces vitamin D when exposed to the UV rays that the sun gives off. So vitamin D helps with heart disease by lowering cholesterol. That'll lead to less blocked arteries, less strokes, less heart attacks, less problems. It also helps with diabetes. Vitamin D increases your body's sensitivity to both insulin and blood sugar, letting your body regulate itself before it gets to that stage. Now, cancer, it's up there, certain cancers, qualified. Obviously, too much sun leads to melanoma, that's skin cancer, that's not good. But vitamin D levels have been shown to fight breast cancer, pancreatic cancer, prostate cancer, all things I think we want to avoid, right? Also, rickets, that's when your bones are really not dense, they're too light, and your own weight deforms them. How do you get rickets? A lot of people would say by not having enough calcium. True, that's part of it, but calcium is only absorbed and added to your bones when you have enough vitamin D to go alongside it. So again, vitamin D, only produced by your body when you're exposed to sunlight. Serotonin was the next point on my list here. Seasonal affective disorder actually affects a lot of people in this country. The acronym is SAD, and it makes you feel sad. It's basically like depression that's seasonal. When you don't get enough sun in winter months, in particular, or northern states, Canada, stuff like that, that's when this affects people. And it can really change your mood. It's a natural appetite suppressant, serotonin. So I'm sure you're all aware that obesity is a problem in this country, and there's a lot of junk food out there, like Taco Bell or something, for example. So by getting more sunlight and producing more serotonin naturally, you're going to have a little bit less appetite. You're going to eat an appropriate amount for yourself. Free radical cells are actually cells in your body that have mutated. Just over the span of your life, you'll get free radical cells. It's an inevitability. Too many free radical cells lead to a domino effect that can have multiple health problems. By increasing the amount of serotonin you have, it helps fight these free radical cells and keep your body more in stasis. And insomnia. None of you have ever stayed up late, right? I certainly don't. Insomnia is because you are unable to fall asleep. Your body is in tune with nature, and when you're getting sunlight and increasing your serotonin levels, your body knows it's daytime. It knows you're supposed to be awake and active. Then when it's nighttime, you go back indoors, you're not getting sunlight, you're not producing extra serotonin, and your body's ready to go to bed. Some other benefits I want to make sure to cover are skin conditions. Acne and eczema in particular are very susceptible to being treated just by sun exposure. I know that maybe in extreme cases you have to buy stuff. I don't have that much experience with it, but I know you buy stuff for it. But by simply going outside and getting more sunlight, you can help fight these conditions naturally without spending any money. It's right outside. It's free for everyone, right? Your immune system. When you get more sun exposure, you actually produce more white blood cells. That helps you fight off all kinds of diseases and infections, right? White blood cells are like your body's soldiers to help fight that stuff. And even arthritis. Now this one isn't extreme. You're not going to cure arthritis by going outside. That's silly. but it does help alleviate arthritis pain. As I mentioned, obviously there are some downsides to sitting in the sun all day. So we're going to talk about some precautions you all should take when you're going outside. Because what I'm talking about is going outside, no sunscreen, no anything on, right? Now I want to make sure you're not out there too long. If you're out in the sun, you're sitting there, you're having a good time, your skin starts to turn pink, starts to turn red, that's a problem. Don't let it get red. If it starts to turn pink, that's about enough. You got to start taking some precautions, go back inside. Some protection is an important thing to have. If you know you're going to be outside for a long period of time, that's not a problem at all. But apply sunscreen, take a hat, be prepared. Know that there is a limit for how long you should expose yourself to this stuff, right? That's common sense, and I hope you all remember that. Stay hydrated. A lot of people don't realize it, but we're chronically underhydrated. If you have dry or chapped lips at all, that means you're already dehydrated. When you're outside, your body naturally sweats more. You may not notice it, you're not dripping or anything, but you're naturally getting more dehydrated. So make sure you drink a ton of water if you're spending a lot of time outside. And one thing that you may not be aware of is midday sun is actually more dangerous for you than morning or afternoon sun. The angle of the rays hitting the earth at a 90-degree like that lead to a lot more harmful effects than when it's diffused across the atmosphere. So here's what you can do. It's recommended that you get at least 15 minutes, again, no sunscreen, no hat covering your face or anything like that, 15 minutes of sun 3 times a week. So 45 minutes, that's not that big a time commitment. Now this is especially important for children and the elderly. Children, that's where rickets starts to develop. That's where a lot of these problems get a foundation, right? The elderly, a lot of times, they don't have the access to go outside. They're not up and mobile maybe all the time. They're stuck in a room. Make sure you get them outside. So I know I mentioned how it's relevant to you because we're inside for class, we're inside for homework, we're inside for TV, but also your children, your younger siblings. I personally have a couple cousins that you have to get a pry bar to pull them off of the video game system to get them outside. One of them, the minute he starts to sweat, says he's done, wants to go back inside. So watch out for your younger, if you have kids, if you have cousins, if you have siblings, anything like that, or if you have grandparents that aren't as mobile, make sure you take them out for a walk, or even if they're wheelchair bound, push them around a little bit, spend some time with them, socializing with them a little, face to face. And make sure you're also getting enough sun in the winter months. I know it's kind of hard, it's gloomy and gray, you want to sit around, not do anything, but get up, 15 minutes 3 times a week, take a walk around the block. It'll be worth it. So, here's some sources. There's a ton of stuff. Literally, this isn't even the first page of Google. There's so much stuff you can find that's ridiculous. So I want to say that I hope you guys have gotten from this that moderate amounts of sun, we talked about precautions here, moderate amounts of sun can have some serious health benefits for you and your family. It'll prevent numerous diseases and problems later in life. So please, please, please take time to get a little sunshine in your life.